Imagine writing a book so powerful that it would one day become one of the greatest novels in the English language, but dying before anyone understood it. No fame, no praise, no idea that the world would one day call you a genius. This is the extraordinary story of Emily Brontë, a quiet woman who wrote just one novel, Wuthering Heights, and unknowingly changed literature forever.
We'll get through this.
I'm so scared.
I know, I'm here.
Don't let go.
But before we begin, welcome to the channel. If you love powerful, true stories about history, courage, and extraordinary people who changed the world, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone who loves inspiring stories. Now, let's travel back more than 2 centuries to the windswept hills of England. Early life, a childhood shaped by loss. Emily Brontë was born on July 30th, 1818, in the small village of Thornton, West Yorkshire. Soon after her birth, her family moved to Haworth, a remote village surrounded by endless moorland. Life there was quiet, isolated, and often harsh. When Emily was just 3 years old, tragedy struck. Her mother died. The loss changed everything.
Hold me closer.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
I know, thank you.
Emily and her siblings were raised by their father, a quiet clergyman who filled the house with books and ideas. But childhood in Haworth was marked by grief. 2 of Emily's older sisters died young from tuberculosis.
You look so happy, Mom.
I am, dear. Having you all here is the best.
Grandma, look at this one.
Death was something the Brontë children saw far too early. Yet, in that lonely house beside a graveyard, something remarkable was growing: imagination. The Brontë children and their imaginary worlds. Inside the parsonage, the Brontë children created entire fictional worlds. They wrote stories so tiny that the pages had to be read with a magnifying glass. They invented kingdoms, wars, heroes, and villains. To them, imagination was not just entertainment, it was survival. Among the siblings were 3 future writers: Charlotte Brontë, Anne Brontë, and the quietest of them all, Emily Brontë. Emily was different. She spoke less than the others, but inside her mind was a powerful, emotional world.
So, 3/5 equals 5. Does anyone have a question?
Yes, how did you get 5?
Good question.
Her greatest
boy. Want a treat?
inspiration was not the house,
Yes, good
but the
job.
wild
You're so
landscape
sweet.
outside it. The moors, Emily's true home. Beyond the village stretched the vast Yorkshire moors, windy, mysterious, and untamed. While others found the moors frightening, Emily found freedom there. She walked alone for hours, sometimes miles, across the hills. She watched storms roll across the sky and listened to the wind rushing through the grass. Nature was raw, powerful, and indifferent to human pain. Emily understood that feeling deeply. Those landscapes would later become the emotional heartbeat of her writing. Struggling against society.
Oh my God.
In the
This can't be
1800s,
real.
opportunities for women were extremely limited. Education was rare. Careers were almost non-existent. For educated women who needed to earn money, the only respectable job was to become a governess or a teacher. Emily tried it once. She worked at a school near Halifax, but after just 6 months, she returned home. The separation from Haworth and the moors was unbearable. So, Emily stayed in the village. She cooked, cleaned, walked the hills, and secretly wrote poetry. She didn't write for fame. She wrote because something inside her demanded it.
Right, my
The
heart is
secret
pounding.
writer.
This changes
In
everything.
the mid-1840s,
It's going to be
something
okay.
unexpected
I don't know
happened.
what to do.
Emily's
We're
sister
here for you.
Charlotte
Whatever it
discovered
takes.
Emily's poetry. She was shocked by its intensity and power. Charlotte convinced Emily and Anne to publish a book of poems together. But there was a problem. At that time, female writers were often dismissed or mocked, so the sisters used male pen names. Charlotte became Currer Bell, Emily became Ellis Bell, and Anne became Acton Bell. Their poetry book was published. It sold only 2 copies. 2. For most people, that would have been the end, but Emily kept writing. The creation of a masterpiece. In 1847, Emily completed the only novel she would ever write, Wuthering Heights. It told the dark, haunting story of Heathcliff and Catherine, a love so intense that it destroyed lives and seemed to survive even death. The novel was unlike anything written before. There were no perfect heroes, no moral lessons, no comforting endings. Instead, the story explored jealousy, obsession, revenge, and a love that burned like wildfire. When it was published under Ellis Bell, critics were horrified. They called the book brutal, immoral, even disturbing. Some reviewers said the story was too savage to have been written by a woman.
This section on ancient history is incredible. Yes, it connects so well to our project. Exactly. Let's note that.
They could not understand it.
The constellations
Emily
align.
never tried
charts
to
were
explain
right.
herself. She had written the truth as she saw it. What people thought of it was their problem. Tragedy strikes the Bronte family. Just a year later, tragedy struck again. Emily's brother, Branwell Bronte, who had struggled with addiction, died suddenly. Emily attended his funeral, but she was already sick. Tuberculosis had begun to take hold. Her family begged her to see a doctor. She refused. Emily continued doing housework and walking the moors as if nothing was wrong, until one December morning in 1848, she collapsed. Later that same day, Emily Brontë died. She was only 30. She had lived just long enough to see her novel published and misunderstood. The legacy she never
Easy
saw.
now.
For
got you.
years,
Yeah,
Wuthering
so
Heights
much. Stay with me,
remained
sweetheart.
controversial. Many readers didn't know what to make of it. But slowly, the world began to change.
Mom,
New
are you
generations of
okay?
readers
Yes,
discovered
just
its
resting.
Do you
brilliance.
need anything?
They realized
thank you,
Emily
sweet
had
boy.
done something extraordinary. She had written about human emotion in its rawest form. Love that destroys, pain that never fades, hearts as wild as the storms on the moors. Over time, the novel became one of the greatest works of English literature.
This is incredible.
Today,
Have you reached
Wuthering
the first
Heights
sighting?
has never
Yes,
gone
the
out of
imagery
print.
is so vivid.
It is studied in
captivating.
universities across the world. It has been adapted into films, plays, operas, and television
You
series.
cannot hide from
And the
this.
quiet woman
am
who once
afraid.
believed she
Face
had
it.
failed,
Embrace the
she is
truth.
now
I cannot-
remembered as one of the greatest writers in history. Inspirational message. Emily Brontë never saw her success. She never heard the applause. She never knew the impact her words would have. But she wrote anyway, not for fame, not for approval,
My
but
love,
because
I am
truth
forever yours.
demanded to be written.
Then let us
Her
be one.
story reminds us of something powerful. Sometimes the world does not recognize greatness immediately. Sometimes it takes years, even centuries. But real art, real truth, and real passion eventually find their place. More than 175 years
Friends
later,
and countrymen,
readers
hear
still
my
open
plea.
Wuthering Heights
Our
and
destiny
feel the
calls we must
same
be
wild
strong.
emotions Emily once felt on the windswept moors. One book, one quiet life, one immortal legacy, and proof that even a voice from a small village can echo across centuries. If you enjoyed this story and want more powerful biographies of extraordinary people, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who love inspiring true stories. And tell us in the comments, which historical figure should we explore next? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.